Welcome to another edition of Music Monday. I'm your host, Adam Duke. This week, I spoke with Chelsea O in the News 4 studio about her upcoming concert, her new single, Body, and her new radio show with WBFO The Bridge.
What's up? I'm Chelsea O from Stress Dolls. I started playing piano when I was around 5 years old, and I took lessons for almost 10 years. And within that time, I started playing guitar on my own. My parents bought me a guitar for my 14th birthday, and I just got super into it. So I then left piano lessons to begin teaching myself guitar, and I just never stopped wanting to play guitar and write songs. And so throughout my teens, I mostly just played at home. And then when I got into my 20s and went to college, I joined a band. From there, I graduated college, and post-college, I started another band. And just from there, Stress Dolls was born. It started off being named Wolf and then became Stress Dolls, and that's the story. So it's been almost a decade with this particular project, which is kind of nuts. Yeah. I am an easily stressed person. I think that's really the only explanation. The band came together because I pretty much knew everybody from different parts of the local music scene. This particular group of people, TJ Luckman, who plays bass, had been playing bass with me before in Wolf, and then the earlier one of the earlier versions of Stress Dolls. And I asked him, as well as Josh English, the drummer, Sally Shaver, who plays violin with us and does harmonies, and Jordan Smith, who plays lead guitar. I asked them all to be on my last record called Forward, to record on it in the studio. And so we decided to do a release show for that record where everybody played together. And after the show, we decided that it wasn't the only time we wanted to do it. And so from there, the band became a thing. So now Sally only joins us on occasion, and she'll actually be with us at Town Ballroom on June 9th. Come to that show, please. Tsunami Surprise, Star Juice, and Cooler, and us. But I also do duo stuff with Sally, but the band is primarily right now Josh, Jordan, TJ, and I. So Forward came out in January of 2022, and that was produced by Mark Hunt, who is part of the local music scene. He is an engineer who works on a ton of records. I know he just worked on Roger Bryan and the Orphans, but he's also in Adam and Salt and the Injuries, and so he's around in the scene. And yeah, it's 6 songs, 6 songs, and it was very much inspired to kind of be, I don't know, music that wasn't necessarily totally tied to really personal things for me. Several of the songs are inspired by books, and the other ones are just sort of fun pop songs that I had laying around. So that's that release, and I do have a new song. The new song is called Body, and it's out June 2nd, or it came out June 2nd, I should say. And that was produced by Jim Wirt, who worked with artists like Fiona Apple, Incubus, and Jax Mannequin. And I had the opportunity to work with him after I was signed to Sun Pedal Recordings. So it was really an amazing experience, and I'm so proud of how that song sounds, as well as all the other recordings we made together, which will be released in time. Sun Pedal Recordings, it was all kind of a surprise. I had somebody from the label reach out to me over a year ago now, and they told me that they were interested, and they invited me to Cleveland to record a few songs with Jim, and we did that. And after that, they told me that they definitely wanted to move forward and do a record deal. So I'm really excited. All the people at the label are really cool, and I'm just looking forward to seeing what can happen. I'd say that it's probably between High Anxiety, which is just a very upbeat in the way of in how it sounds. I don't think the lyrical content is super upbeat, but it's just really punchy and fun to play with the band. And then Curves and Edges is probably my other favorite because the energy on that one too is just really good live. Buffalo has so many cool venues. I think the ones that come to the top of my head right away would be Ninth Ward in Babeville, or Mohawk Place, because I just always love playing Mohawk. Right, I was gonna say probably the people in my band, because everybody is also kind of an artist in their own right and has multiple other projects. Sally plays violin in McCarthyism, Over and Out, Buffalo Bluegrass All-Stars, and she's also, I believe, working on her own material. Jordan is awesome with electronic music, and we actually have another project together called Urge Surfer, and Jordan's constantly working on something new, very creative. Josh is the drummer in Grosh, who I know was also on this show, and Grosh is incredible. Josh also drums with Gino McManus, and he's done work with tons of people in the area. And then TJ once was the bass player in Marquis Grand, and has also played bass in several other projects and is just an awesome bassist. So those are my favorite people to collaborate with. Today I will say headliner Jimmy World, like one of my favorite bands of all time. Bully, who I also love and has a new record coming out, so excited for. Stress Dolls. I am the host of the show The Scene on WBFO The Bridge. It premiered on May 28th, and it's every Sunday from 10 to 11 a.m. My start with local music in the radio sense began when I was in college at Fredonia. I created a show called The Local Lowdown on WCVF, and I created it my senior year, so I didn't really get to have it very long, but I lucked out because after I graduated, I landed a job with 107.7, which at the time was Alternative Buffalo, and they let me basically have free reign over a local music program that was almost exactly like The Local Lowdown, except this one we called Localized, and I did that for almost 4 years. Before I ended up just amicably resigning from Alt Buffalo to move somewhere else. And then I really didn't know if I'd ever get back into radio, but I was really fortunate to be invited back by The Bridge and Bentley, who is the program director there. And I'm excited about it. I think The Bridge is a super cool station. I love how they play a mix of all sorts of artists, as well as local and regional artists, like with everybody else. You know, you can hear a Billie Eilish song, but then next you could hear a Grace Greenan song. So it's not like it's limited, you know, which is amazing for radio. I mean, it's honestly in a lot of ways unheard of in this day. So I'm pretty stoked.
That was Chelsea O of Stress Dolls. I'll have more information in the story below. And for Music Monday, I'm Adam Duke.